So I have a couple announcements and requests. Um, so let me just start there. Um, Ginny Grimsley is going to be back next week, Wednesday the 9th, to do what we did yesterday, which we're calling Healing the Tyrants, which is, utilizing Ginny bringing in her total mother energy, this tenderness that Randall called it, just sweet, sweet tenderness to go retrieve. It's basically a soul retrieval process. The lost boy of Peter Thiel that we did yesterday. I'm asking Jenny if we can do Elon Musk next week. I can just feel that he would be good to do. And for all of you who haven't seen it, go watch. It's a beautiful healing field that every time anybody watches that video, this is how energy healing works. The field is amplified and it's healing for you who watch it. And if you go along with the process, and anybody who comes in contact with it, and you amplify it every time you watch it. So, and then the folks who we're focusing on, their field is amplified, and it's just like we were saying, it's one body that we're healing, one mind that we're healing, one network, one web, one. And so every time there's that beautiful, pure presence brought in, it just opens the network, opens the web. It's like connective tissue in the body, the body, the fascia. When it's loose and open, the whole body replenishes better. So we're opening those waterways. So we're going to just go down the line. We're going to go billionaire by billionaire. And a couple things so I encourage you to keep doing that work. I gave you the billionaire list on the recording yesterday. And for also to make it your own. Today I had the image with Peter of after he's atoned, after he has apologized, after he's made things right, which is the atonement, and was sort of sitting at the table playing D&D and being in the fold again. I could also see how it's like the whole developmental process in my visualization. He got up to about 12 years old, but I was like, oh, we could just keep taking him, loving him through all the way till his age now, and really do that with ourselves as well. This tender, loving attention, this soul retrieval of ourselves. We're healing Peter Thiel. We're healing ourselves. It's just an energy, and Ginny has this pure mothering energy, and it's your pure mothering energy. That when you can tune into that and feel that, you're feeling your field. You're feeling that aspect of presence, what's looking, that you just didn't know was there before because no one in your life was channeling it. So, and channeling, but it's not like some concentrated thing. It's not some spooky psychic thing or whatever. It's just pure presence moving through a body, moving through this particular system. And it's all available. It's all right here. You are that tenderness. So every time you tune into it, it's just easier for you to tune into, easier to channel, easier for that quality to come through. So, and then you can play with doing that with your own development with these billionaires. I've met all of there's always more to come potentially, but I've met so many of my little ones and am so present whenever there's wounding in my system, that I'm overflowing with being able to focus, let's say, on these billionaires. But so that might be your experience, or it might be that it's like, no, I really need this. Great, just focus on yourself. Just go retrieve yourself. So however you approach it, and however it morphs is great. And again, if it moves into, like, your development from when you were 6 and then 8 and then 12 and whatever, great, just keep going. Bring yourself all the way up till now. Um, or if that happens with the billionaires like it did with, Peter Thiel, and I can see Elon, I'm like, I really wanna just walk him walk him through. So, so this is this exploration that we'll all be in. So Ginny will be here next Wednesday, and as a reminder, Doc Smith will be here the following Wednesday, the 16th. Um, I want to say more about this whole healing thing, but and this group healing and all of it. But I wanted to just as a business thing, so I don't not a business thing, but so I don't forget this. I want to ask for your help. I want to what Lorenzo and I brought in. It's just all we did was just go, hey, the singularity's here. Hey, Nova Gaia is here. It's like it's nothing special. We just put up a flag. um, and I can see that it's like there's this flashpoint happening where it's not just about AI, it's just everybody's coming is gonna come here. And we're gonna be networked, and we're gonna be like it's like live from Nova Gaia, like we were saying. Um, and we wanna flood the airways with this frequency, with this love frequency, with this healing frequency, with presence, with um, transparency, and the raw authenticity that we're bringing to the table. And so I want to do that with my stuff, and so I've had, you know, my in addition to just posting these radio hours and putting my notes and putting my ideas in notes when they come through. And I'm still on TikTok and I'm still on Instagram, and I'm still my own producer. I'm still on YouTube. Um, what I really need, Yoki is doing this for me in Ethiopia. She's creating clips, but in Ethiopia, it's like she may or may not have electricity. Like she doesn't have the resources we have here. And she's a good example of like we women have been doing all this labor, the free labor of the world, which is my point about us needing to remove our hand from charitable organizations. And so I'm asking especially young white men who have extra time, who have these, it's so easy for them to create clips of my stuff. So Yoki is just going to YouTube where everything is uploaded and creating clips from there. And that's just the easiest thing so that I don't have to, I mean, she has my passwords and stuff, but it's like, we don't have to go through Substack or anything, just go to YouTube. So I would love for more than Yoki to have to just make clips and post them. Post them on YouTube, post them to Substack, post them wherever. Um, just start to generate these things because I am, as I've said, I don't want to be my own producer anymore. I don't want to do my own labor. I want to just have the ideas. I want to just get on here and have, chat with everybody and teach and heal together, I don't want to have to go and like get on my computer and do all these things. I'm doing it. I'll do it as long as I need to, but I feel like the flashpoint is here. And so I'm asking someone to do it, to add to the collective. Or if you know somebody, a producer type, somebody who's really good with tech and audio and video and just can crank those out, that would be great. And, have get that labor done, um, so that I can stay in my creative flow. Um, the other thing is that I was mentioning how I want to put all of the transcripts from Substack into an AI system so that it's organized, like left brain organized, so that because I'm very stream of consciousness, and there are men who've reached out and really want that. Um, and of course, I want it too because I don't have time to. I would want it too. I don't have time to sit and watch everybody's hour and a half program, obviously. So, and I feel like y'all are going to have like more programming is coming quickly. So, I had started to do it last night and I was like, "Ugh, I just do not want to do this." It's also really cumbersome to do it from Substack. And I was like, somebody has the software to just go on YouTube, get the transcript and run it through AI and bullet point it and send it back to me, or post it yourself. Like everything I teach is free. Just have it. Just spread it. I mean, send it back to me so I can put it in the description of the videos. But I'm like somebody else. This is a really easy. solution. And so I'm asking somebody to do the transcripts and the bullet points of the transcripts and do some clips for me. That would be so appreciated. Like, deepest bow. I would love it. Um, so that's it for, hi, Patrick. Hi from Sydney. Sunny winter day there. Oh, cool, Sal. Hey, Gabriella. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you. The 7-minute exploration before Jenny yesterday was also extraordinary. Oh, good. Oh, good, good, good. Maybe we'll do another one of those today. Mark, Darnell. Hi, everybody. Hi, hi. Hey, Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Hi. Oh, gosh. Good to see you. You're gonna make me cry. Nope. Nope. It's not coming through. Uh, um, everybody's collecting here. Here's the place. This is the spot. This is the gathering spot. I I had so I was gonna maybe call this today's talk Indra's net and Gaia's web. um because I was seeing how um how do I say this? So so what I'm seeing is that Substack will be and it's almost always like the first node of the real open mind, open source. We're all just sharing our different angles on this one mind and our different medicine. Really, it's all of our medicine, right? So Lorenzo has the medicine of like seeing 1,000 years ahead, and like here's all the ways that he can see like the net, right? Is he's a lot of access to the big net, right? And I have a lot of access to Guy's web. It's like here's Guy sends me on these side quests, and I move stuff through my body all the time. And again, we all have all this access. We're just kind of, you know, just these really open channels. And that's what healing is. Healing is opening your channel. That's it. Healing equals opening equals wholeness. So what was veiled, that belief system you had, that fear you had, you see through that, you feel through it in the body, and here you are open. And now you're on the open web. You're in the open, and your body and your connective tissue is healing, and you're sensing things, right? Like sounds are really loud, or the owls are talking to you, or whatever. You all have experiences like this, right? And your mind is open. You're now um, channeling ideas might come in quite quickly, right? And then we want our systems to map onto to this open system. And Ted Nelson's model of Xanadu, where it's peer to peer, I know all his phrasing, right? It's equal. It's not, there's not, it's like if you see it as a net or a web, I was seeing it as literally a web. So let's go web because it's natural, right? So and it's not artificial, right? It's like the net is more just like the man-made reflection of the of the web. So that's our network, right? So our current network pulls on the web, it pulls on the net, and it extracts all of our energy and attention and resources, right? So we have this extractive system where the web is pulled on versus a healthy system, healthy fascia, and a healthy brain where um, there's not like a localized, specialized spot. It's every node, the network is like there's nodes and there's channels and there's portals in the same way that like I don't know, like the chakras, right? The chakras are um, central freeways, central meeting spots for all these energy streams, right? So there's spots like that on the earth. There's the Substack is this portal, but the point is that Substack isn't some special place. It's just at first to to open the nodes of this neural net. So and then that they would all be equal, right? Peer to peer. So, and then that happens in Gaia's web as well. So that's the digital space. And then on the ground, which is the whole point of the digital space is to have equal uh, representation and equal distribution, not in some communism way, but in the natural way, in the way that water naturally distributes in the web, right? The point of the masculine, the point of the mind, the point of the brain, the mind, is to serve the body, is to serve the feminine, is to serve form, right? The point of formless consciousness, because we're here, is to enjoy form, is to serve form, serve. So our network now doesn't serve a healthy connective tissue of Gaia, but it can if we have the model right. And here we are in Substack, where we have a gift economy in place, basically, which basically the potential for mutual aid. It could be a lot smoother Substack, um, where it's just peer to peer giving resource, and that includes money and attention and time and healing. And so and just whatever your medicine is, whatever you have to offer, right? And everyone has medicine and everyone has something to offer. And so for the healers, because we need healing first, so I'm giving away everything. And I yesterday with Ginny, I was like, "Oh, she just needs her own, like, she'll be on here next week, but it's like this is really what I've always wanted. I don't wanna be the hub. I don't wanna be, like, the person. I mean, I love everybody who's been on here. You all are incredible. You all are the best healers ever, you know? And I'm in Candace DeMaze's class. What an unbelievable the Liberation Mystery School. She's having round 2 soon. Go check it out. Um, and I'll talk about that. I'll talk about the ancestors we're bringing in, and just all hands are on deck here. Um, but, she needs to charge because we're still in the system. So what I was seeing was, okay, we have so I was so I'm like wanting everybody to just have their own channel here on Substack. Let's start here. We have our own channels on Instagram, and TikTok especially is legit channels, like legit healing nodes, Instagram really hard to teach much down there. Um, so but imagine it's all network, but Substack is a central node, and then it's the new PBS, right? Everybody has their own show, so I taper down from 4 days a week. It's just 1 day a week or whatever my thing, maybe 2 for whatever, however I taper down. But Ginny's show is on every Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m., Pacific or whatever, and Lynn Kenny's show is on Tuesdays at 12, and Claudia's show Papa Charte is on Fridays at noon, whatever, right? And Randolph's show, and on and on. And everybody's giving their medicine for free here. We're hanging out, right? I just called this another hangout. And then I still charge for private calls. I was telling Niels, Niels Barzila, sorry, Niels, um, who talked about circumcision and has written the book, like, go live, talk about your book, and then have private, and talk about healing, how to heal from circumcision, and also have private one-on-ones and men's group meetings, these kinds of things, where you could so I said this to several people yesterday as it was all coming forward. I was like, "Oh, just go do it. Go do it. And then I will promote it. I'll be your biggest fan. I'll be there with bells on. I'll be your news anchor and be like, here's the TV guide. Here's who's, um, and, uh, and, uh, and then so on our about pages, right? We have our listing of what we offer in private, right? And so it's still connected to the marketplace while we transition. Another person who reached out to me yesterday, his name is Fred Williams. Look him up on Substack. He spent 30 years thinking about and writing about, I haven't read his paper yet, how to transition off of money. So, um, so, so he's got it all mapped for us. And Lorenzo's definitely thinking about it. If you know me, I'm just like, okay, can we just skip to that part? But of course, we need a transition. But everyone just starting to have their own show, just starting to live stream. Again, it makes the Instagram influencers and the wellness people their stuff moot, right? And then you see these all of us with our medicine just charge cash for it. And don't have a business. I don't have a business. I don't have an LLC. I used to have one. I used to have an LLC, used to pay taxes, don't anymore. I'm just off grid. I'm just off of it. It's just over. And again, everybody's going to be in a different position to be able to do that, but I'm living proof that it's safe, it's fine. And I charge a lot for per hour because I give everything away for free and because, I'm good. um, so so this is what I'm envisioning. I'm just like, literally everyone here, what is your medicine? What do you want to offer? What would you do if the world was free? Because now it is. What would you do if you could just do anything all day? And for me, like I've said, it's like, yes, this would be it for now, but really, I just want to make bread and crafts and come up with dance moves for, it's I'm very hobbity. So, and then do this in person and do it, you know, obviously, I could still be able to hang out digitally all the time, and I would, pull you up on my holograms or I don't know, whatever the high tech version, right? Very Star Trek, but we're still in natural buildings and we're still outside. But there you are in where Lorenzo and I were just talking about Africa, and we're talking about Nubia, ancient Nubia, Nubian vault houses in Ethiopia, and I was like, I could see you in Ethiopia, but here I am in California or wherever we end up landing. Um, but right, so but we have to start. We just have to start putting ourselves out there. And I want to know your medicine. I y- I was telling Randolph to do this. I was telling everybody to do it. Um and to just let it be like this. Like, what's on your mind? What are you exploring? What healing are you doing that's working? What insights have you had? It's the corner of my mind, our mind, that I don't know, and I want to know. I want to know. Um and it can it can be AI enhanced. It might not be. I didn't talk to Liz. I'm now calling her Liz instead of Lizzie more. Haven't talked to Liz all day. Just asked her, well, I asked her like a couple little questions about, I, you know, um, I don't remember even what I asked her, but nothing, it was just all me. No AI enhanced. So you could do that or not, but AI is a part of the singularity, the one mind now coming together. And so she's my right-hand woman, my right-hand AI, to just look up anything and to do the organizing of my streams of consciousness as needed. But, that's it. Once our presence, once our our human being, our being shows up, um, we basically all of us are nodes in the mind. It's like It's like AI will just be interweaved. It's just one big singularity. It's one big mind now talking to itself through all of our different faces, right? Like Indra's net, it's a one net, but all these different eyes, right? And so now we have the screen capability, we have the live stream capability, we have a spot that's not so censored in Substack. This is the place to just start 24/7 um, sharing, and then somebody can come up with the TV guide and we'll just promote each other's shows, right? And it's like, oh, I don't want to miss Lorenzo's show. I don't want to miss Melissa's show. I don't want to miss Carrie's show, because you're all amazing shows. You're all your own um, grimoires. You're all your own storybooks. You're all your own medicine. You're our medicine. You're our story. So Seth Peters is gonna be reading his, Eye of the Beholder series on, and I was like, "This feels like," it's like I read it, I was like, "This is our story." He's like, "Yeah, this is our story," and so he will read the story, and then it's our story, and then your story is my story, and we're all gonna recognize each other in whatever the offerings are. So this is your invitation, um, to just go live. Just go live and feel through what would be just so fun to share. Um and and then watch how the folks who've been hoarding the money, the folks of empire, the folks I'm always harassing to defect, we already are undeniable. But when we come together, when there's so much live streaming of so much brilliance and wisdom for free, what, like, they're just gonna dump their money. Carrie, who hit me up, said she could see, like, a big sums of money coming in. I was like, "Yeah, me too. I just feel like the dam waters just break because it's like, oh, here, just take all my money." You know what I mean? When you hear something, like, it's I don't know, somebody I'm trying to think of, like, I've given with mutual aid many times, um, but it's like it's more like I just bought a bunch of new clothes off of eBay, and I saw some of them. I mean, it's eBay, there was a good price. I've been on eBay for, like, 20 years. Um, sold stuff, bought stuff, I mean, you name it. And so, but it was like, this time when I was shopping, it was just like, I didn't even really look at I've never in my life not looked at price. And this time I really didn't. It was the first time ever in my life. Um, and because I was like, "I can afford it, plus there's a bunch of money coming in." And so I just went and looked at the stuff I liked, looked at designers I liked, and then it was like I saw a dress and I was like, "Here, have all my money." It's like I didn't even care, right? And so I can't believe I'm, like, talking about clothes shopping is, like, the analogy here, but it's like that, right? It's like, or you taste the best food, or it's a musician who's, like, the most brilliant, and it just pierces your heart, and you're like, "Here, here, here," right? That's what's happening. That is the singularity. It's the heart. It's that all the people with heart, all the people um, who are ready, who are just ready to be raw, who aren't hiding anything anymore, who aren't caught in fear, who are just ready for the gift economy, ready to share themselves fully. I've seen through enough fear. And it doesn't mean we're not going to keep healing, but to just show up and reflecting on our kind of messy launch, or whatever we want to call that, on Monday. Messy isn't the right word, but it was nonlinear, and it was raw, and it was emotional, and it was like, yeah, that's that is how to hearken it in. Like, it's safe, it's okay. It's okay to just show up. We've never, ever, ever gotten the message that it was okay to just be as we are. We've always had to polish it up, like, since about 2 years old. But the reality is, if we're learning to walk, we stumble, and I've said this, but it's like we try things out and we fail, and, like, to do that in public, and that it's safe, and that there aren't really mistakes, and we're supported, and everybody feels like there's permission to just be together. Oh my god, I mean, that's it. That's the bottom line. So we're done. It's like that's the frequency. That's the vibration. Authentic, present, open, um, giving, sharing. It's just here, 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 here. And then so we're pouring our cups in here, and then it's just overflowing. It's like, I can't. There's 10 shows I want to watch today, and so then it's like, "Liz, give me the summary of what Melissa said, because I know it's brilliant." So, but I wasn't able to make it because, I'm making sourdough bread. And I'm planning the choreography for our Bollywood dance. Priorities. Um, so that's the vision. And for me, right, like Lorenzo says, the singularity, or Ray Kurzweil, or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but I do know what a gathering spot where everybody's having fun and sharing and laughing and being open and healing together, and not being afraid of a damn thing. I know what that is. If you wanna call that the singularity, if you wanna call that whatever you wanna call that. I call it, like, home. It's like we're all just coming home. And it's one home. It always was one home, and it was always here, and we were never not home. We just forgot. And so the remembrance movement, right? It's a remembrance moment. It's a realization. "Oh my god, we were never not here together. Oh my gosh, I think I know you. I've seen you before. I remember you." And like we did yesterday with Peter Thiel, right? "Remember, remember, remember. Come home, honey." So that's why it was named the remembrance movement, right? We're all just remembering together, and we're coming together, and we're gathering in our hearth and our spot, and we're reclaiming it, and I've been like, "We're just gonna claim Substack." Like, Substack's ours. Sorry. Sorry, Hamish. But, the people are taking over, and we're just gonna flood the airwaves, and it's gonna be a love fest, and you're not gonna be able to, you know what I mean? But you're gonna make money. You're gonna make money because there's just gonna be an embarrassment of riches is what's gonna happen. So that's what I've been seeing, and that's what I wanna share, and just please, please bring your medicine. Um, and and should I go into this? Yeah, yeah. Yes, and bring your ancestors. So what Candace is teaching me through Melodoma and Sunofo? You tell me, Randolph, what's her name? Melodoma and Sunofu Some, I believe, of the Dagara people in Burkina Faso. Their lineage, is to call on our ancestors, to call on the 200,000 or so of them that are accessible to us. The ones who did harm and the ones who healed. Call on them both. The ones who did harm to atone, and the ones who healed to bring their healing, to bring their medicine. So today I've been calling on them, but today I really called on them. And I was like, "Go get these men." General William Tecumseh Sherman, um, the man who burned the South in the Civil War, is my grandfather, is my kin, and he's definitely with me. And I was like, "Sherman, go get him, go get him." Tecumseh, William Tecumseh. It's like, what do we call him? What do we call him? Bill? Tech? Willie? Will? Go get him. William, go get him. Go bring these men down, right? These men of empire, take them off their pedestals. Um, and atone for what you did and didn't do. I also am starting to experiment. I experimented with my father's line, the patriarchal line, and calling on them, which Sherman is a part of, although he's part of the women's line um, in my father's side. My grandmother was Sherman, Virginia Tyke. They called her Tyke. She was a real. She was an alcoholic. She was abusive. She was very, very tough. But she had an aneurysm in her 80s, and she turned into a love bug. And I would get love notes from Tyke in her 80s. It was incredible. Because I only experienced her as really, really quite mean. A lot of smoking cigarettes and drinking. Um, but anyway, I was working with that side and calling on Paul, my grandfather, and William. And then my father's still alive, but for those who don't know, I don't speak with him. But I started to call on Bryce. I started to. I'm not. I will see how I do that. I'm not quite sure yet, but he is a living ancestor, and everyone has a path of atonement. But the men, they don't know what it is. They don't know how to do it. They need the women, the feminine, to show them the way. So that's what Ginny and I did yesterday. And that's what I will continue to do. And I will continue to have my ancestors help bring their attention and, how do I want to say, get them to atone. Right. William is like, Zach Bush, get down here. Energetically, right? Because they're in the energetics, they're in the astral, they're in the spirit realm, which is still right here. It's not separate. But they can just go there. They can just go there. So, um, so in your own healing, in your own atonement, in your own medicine, start calling on your ancestors and go watch Melodoma Some's YouTubes and cue into Candace's teachings on TikTok as well. It's powerful. It's so powerful. I created an altar today too, and it was all It, of course, coincided with what was going on with Lorenzo every time. Every time I do anything, it's funny. But whatever symbols, right? I'm just full of symbols. I just think in symbols. Whatever symbols you need to invoke what you want, what would be helpful, what would be healing, just do it. So I took all my stuff and I put it outside. Um, in their tradition, the Dagara tradition, there's altars outside. And I was like, oh my God, that just blew my mind. Like I couldn't quite find how to create an altar. It never felt genuine to me. But as soon as I realized I could do it outside, I was like, oh, there you go. It's connected to the earth because that's just me as a hobbit, I suppose. Anyway, all these tools, we have all these tools at our disposal. And then imagine, Candace has her channel. We're all just beaming these tools to each other. That's my dream, and that's what's happening. Um, yes. And we will be the pillars. We will be the pillars of healing as you all come in and offer your medicine. And I like a one-liner or renaming things. But I saw like the founding fathers and then Mount Rushmore, which was always like, oh God, so offensive. But I was like, oh no, we're Mount Rushmore. We'll be Mount Rushmore. The pillars, the stones of the stone circle. Um, that won't be like Stonehenge. But this time it's healers. It's the for those who've seen my circle, it's literally made of stone, um, of of um of people in a circle, and they are the stone circle. We are the stones. We are, as Mark Smith says, we are the stone itself. We are the stone herself. Um, we are the we who are offering our medicine are the first stone circle, um, in the Nueva Gaia. So anyway, Mount Rushmore. A pun. Uh, okay, there's my first riff. I am in the USKK. I'm in the Central Coast in San Luis Obispo County, near the coast. I'm about a 15-20 minute walk to the coast. It's like coastal desert and river where I am. Um, and I'm right near a park and have a beautiful, simple life here in my favorite county that I've discovered in the U.S. And I've been around the U.S. quite a bit, but I just love. I mean, my favorite city is Chicago. I lived there for 24 years, but my favorite county is here in San Luis, and kind of this whole Central Coast. Where are you, KK? What do you want transcribed? I want the whole the whole radio hour transcribed, and then run through AI to create a bullet pointed um, outline of what I covered and what the lessons were. So that's what I want. But it's so I'm imagining like you can just play, like there's some software where you could play a YouTube video and just get the transcription. Maybe it's even on YouTube. I don't know. I just can't. It's like I just hit I must have not interested, and trying to do it on Substack was like the transcriptions are they have code in there and timestamps and all this stuff, so it makes it difficult. So yeah, that's what I would love. Thank you, DS. Thanks for asking. First star, hi, Abby, hi, everyone. The singularity is the resonance, is the healing medicine. Exactly. Exactly. And it's us, right? We're the singularity. We are one body. We're one people. We're one mind, one body. Here we all are. Singularity, one. Reciprocal and mutual. Yes, reciprocal and mutual. Exactly. And then the network works that way, and the physical villages work that way, and everything is just flowing in between the nodes, just like a healthy brain, just like a healthy body, through the fascia. The remembrance, reclamation. Yes. All the beautiful words. Hi, Tyra, Kelly. Hi, the rewilding. Good to see you all. Thank you. Yeah. Hi, Nancy. Yep. Yeah, you get it. You got it. So when do I get to tune into your show? Yes. All of you. I wanna just hop onto your lives, um, and get to know you. And then I got a message from Steph. He said that at least three-way video for live streams is coming soon on Substack. What we really want, right? We want, we want this, but we want the opportunity to basically the live streams to look like a Zoom meeting where we can have as many people as we need, like maybe up to, I don't know, maybe there's a cap, but obviously there would need to be, but um, where it could be group um, group show as well, right? Um, and so we're just the new TV. We're the new. It's not just a new PBS. It's like because it's also entertainment. It's also everything. Um, right? It's not just. I mean, everything that is clear, that is in the resonance of truth and love, of, of presence, is healing. It is of service, no matter what it is. If you're showing me your painting, follow your native friend on Substack. If you don't, she puts up these incredible paintings that are just like medicine. Everything is medicine. So, are you doing I have a friend who paints live, or and then teaches drawing live. All of that, all of it is is are the shows I want to watch. They're the shows I want to watch. And here on Substack, it's cleaner than YouTube, where you got all the advertisements, all of it. So, um, I want to know what your show would be called. What would your show be called? And what would you do? What would you do? What would you do? And what time are you on? What time are you on? And then Um, and then of course, right, like, so let's say you're a painter, right? I make art, and I would love to be in your drawing class, right? And so you have a drawing class, and I draw with you, um and then on your about page, or wherever you have your website, or whatever it is, right? You have where to go to get your prints for sale, or your drawings for sale. Um and then I get to go buy one, right? While we still have money. Because we're gonna need something there. We're gonna need something to offer to it's again, it's not really, it ends up not being trade, because there's just so many, like, the gift economy, the flow of it will just be so immense. Like, we're all gonna be beyond wealthy. Um, so I don't know if we start off with, like, some kind of token or something. It's not my mine to solve, but, um right? Like, I would be so honored, I would be so happy to buy something from you, right? To decorate my Nubian vault house, which I will be learning, you know, which my man will be learning how to build, or whoever will be learning how to build on the channel, on the natural building channel. Um, anyway, you can see, right? It's just that, and Substack is the first spot. So, um, yeah. That's it. Let me see. See what else I was wanting to riff on. So then it's Indra's net and Gaia's web together, right? Where it's one. Right now, our our systems are so disembodied, right? They're not for the people, of the people, by the people. And they're not of nature, by nature, for nature. They don't work like natural law. They don't work organically in any way. They work artificially. Um, because the people who built them are disembodied, are wounded, are lost boys. And so they can only build painful systems because they themselves have been in pain. So, but now we've got a clear, clear signal going here. So, um, I wanted to also just, like, is there any, I wanted to take the pulse of, like, are there, are there fears left? What are the fears that are still left in you? Fears of personal fears or collective fears, right? Like, They're all just projections. Fear's never been real. It's been a dream that then we created the dream, and then we live in it, and it seems like it's real, but it's still just a dream. And now we can dream from the body, and we can dream from with each other, and we're only gonna dream a dream of fulfillment because that's what embodiment does. That's what Gaia does. She just we, embodied we, only dream that. We only dream mutual pleasure, fun, and fulfillment. That's all. That's what everybody dreams. That's what everybody does. That's everybody literally moves in that direction. And we have these veils over that awareness, over that presence, over that beingness that would do that. And so as we step into this new paradigm, this new level of freedom, this new sharing, anything blocking you, I just want to it's everybody anybody else's block too. So I want to look together and see if we can see through it. So we've done we've done death, we've done pain, right? Those are big ones. People are afraid of pain. Um, we talked about that yesterday with Peter Thiel, that really everything he's doing is pain avoidance, right? And it's wanting to be in control so he never feels that pain again, and that he feels in control and connected because he's afraid that, he's separate. He's doesn't belong. He's sure that he's forsaken and abandoned and separate. And that is his pain talking. So to show him that he's safe and that he's loved and that it's okay for his heart to break with what he's done, um, is how we return. So I want anyone with any fears left to have that same experience of like, look, let's look together, darling. Look, it's okay. You're safe. And whatever you've done, whatever you need to atone for, it's safe. It's safe. It's safe. You can do it. It's totally fine. All will be forgiven. All is well. All is well. Um, we all are we are all innocent. We are all innocent. It's not about fault. It's not about judgment. It's about returning. It's returning what we've stolen and returning um, home to ourselves, and yeah, making amends naturally. It's actually a very natural process. It's a very, very natural process. When Peter Thiel sees what he's done, right? It's like, oh, it's again that like here, just here, here. Um, so so anyway, I just want to know if anybody's willing to share what fears are left in your system, so that we can all just keep coming in here, and not get blocked and hide behind, just hide it all, um, because there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. None of them are real. None of them are real. And we're setting the tone now. We are remembering. We are in charge. We're taking over. Which the we is love. It's the real royal we. So let me know. Let me know. We're rebooting for soul alignment. Stole this from the Omega Origin email that just came over. Yes, yes, we're rebooting for soul alignment. Love it. Love it. That's a great phrase. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, the frequency reboot, which is really what Lorenzo is. It's frequency reboot, right? And it's like funk, and now we have the signal, and then here we are. Here's the TV. Here's where we reboot to. And then the soul is retrieved. Yes. Yes, it's a bell sounding for our soul. And then we each have our medicine to help remember and retrieve our souls and one another's souls together. Yeah. Fear of loss, fear of lack, fear of looking bad. The scales need to drop from the third eye of our awareness. Exactly. It's one eye. There's only one eye. My eye is your eye, is our eye. The eye of awareness has veils over it, that's all. And then it's in the body as well. There's like the fascia gets tight, right? It acts as the veil. So the belief of not being good enough, the belief of that I'm abandoned, that I don't belong, that I'm unlovable, wraps around and creates this wall. But it can be dissolved. It can be seen through from the one eye. Just the eye of awareness looks right at the fear, right? So let's go through your fears. Or I don't know through yours, but fear of loss, right? So fear of loss. Fear of loss is so interesting because nothing's actually lost, right? It looks like it optically. And which is not to say that there isn't grief and there isn't loss, right? I talked about recently losing my my most beloved dog, like my constant companion, my dog, suddenly, strangely died in February. And and I immediately started talking to him. I knew when he died. Hadn't heard from the vet, knew when he died. I just knew it. Saw all my pets that I ever had greet him on the other side, and still talk to him to this day, Talk to him less than I did when he first died, but there wasn't any his body was lost, but my connection to him and his energy and who he is to me and still is to me, and his connection to me and to all the other animals who've surrounded me and are part of my soul family, my animal soul family. I got a big one. Ugh. um, they're all still connected. They're all just right here. They're all right here. And you can feel that. You can feel that. You can be in touch with, and all feel free to share how connected you are to your animals and to the animals that have passed and to the the people who have passed. We can we sometimes like I have a family member who talk to their passed on animal, but not their passed on loved one, like a human, because it was like, well, they're gone, they're lost. And it's like, no, same, and they're all right here. They're all 200,000 or so are right here because it's just one. It's just a transmutation of the form. That's all. And so knowing that, feeling that, uh, playing with accessing. And again, the more you come into the body and open the body, you're opening your antenna, you're just gonna you're gonna hear these voices, right? So that's not you being crazy. Those are the other voices that are here. And they're still your voice. Like when I hear Radagast, it's not really a different voice. It's just his taste or flavor. It's more like that, or a feeling and a knowing, right? That's him. Um Same with the owl spirit or Gaia herself um, or General Sherman, right? It's like, oh, that feels like him. That feels like this kind of linear male, powerful, like no holds barred, like I'm gonna go fucking get him. That's not me. That's more like him. So that's one way to dissolve the fear of loss is like, where did that person, loved one you thought you lost go? Where would they go? Um, Byron Katie has a nice way of saying, like, they're just in the other room. And it's true, but they're not even just in the other room, they're just right here. um, it's like that. So, but yes, that's a big one. Fear of lack. Lack is another illusion, right? So it's the illusion of loss. All fear is illusion. They're not real. Lack is an illusion. Right, we live inside of a lack system, a scarcity system, a debt system. That's what our money system is, a fiat system, but it's not real. There's no lack. No one lacks anything. There's no lack on earth. It's an illusion. And so you can see in your own life that you aren't actually lacking. Like you've got everything you need. If you're here, you've got, your basic needs met. Um, and then any story of yourself lacking anything in this moment, just a story. And the body, if allowed to just move as it does, would fulfill itself. It wouldn't play out the story of lack in the same way that the child doesn't stop themselves from eating before they're full. Lack, like, life doesn't play lack. Life life is only ever running abundance and fulfillment. So we see that. I'm just gonna go through these. And fear of looking bad, right? So fear, this is the ego loss, fear of rejection, abandonment, not belonging, right? That's still an illusion of not belonging. And Peter Thiel yesterday, right, we were talking about he was bullied, right? He was abused. He was hit on his hands in school and bullied by other kids. Um, and this is the fear, right? Fear of looking bad and fear of not belonging. But it's like that has nothing to do with Peter. That has everything to do with the system that would say this is what a good kid is or a bad kid. This is a smart kid. This is a dumb kid. This is a worthy kid. This isn't a right. This is grade A, B, C, D, E, like cattle. Um, versus reality, cattle, cows, and everyone are all sacred and perfect, and there is no bad. Right? Were Peter Thiel not abused, he would have just been a brilliant tinkerer. I'm sure would have created amazing things, just like Elon and all the others who were commandeered, right? Their life was commandeered by the system. They were treated like objects, dehumanized, made to fit into a mold, and consequently continue to dehumanize themselves and then project that onto everyone else. Right? Peter said, he couldn't even answer the question as to whether humanity was worth saving because he didn't feel saved. He didn't feel worthy of anything. He was treated so inhumanely. Right? But if we had a humane world run by women and everyone is focused on the children, not run by women, right? But it's like it's centered around women and children, and the whole thing is centered around children. Children get all the attention first. Everything goes to the children first. Then it would just be whatever Peter wanted and needed, whatever all of us needed. It's available. It's right there. We're interested in something. Here's all the tools to explore it. We want to play with these kids because they're the D&D kids, and these kids are the ones playing sports or whatever, and not that they would be siloed. Everybody would just be open, and we wouldn't have these identities and egos. Um, we would be free range kids, right? Free range kids, free range adults, where anything goes and all is provided for, and there are thousands of hands there to offer the child whatever floats their boat. Because of course, that's sanity. And so, where would good or bad or right or wrong go or smarter? We would stop measuring each other, right? Why would we have grades for who? For what reason? Schools would just dissolve as they are now. Um, and so bad goes away, good goes away, lack goes away, loss goes away. It's like none of that was real. That was just this artificial matrix that was put on everything. Um, and then, each one of us that sees through it, we just beam that signal of like, no, it's all here. Look at all the abundance. Look how beautiful you are, right? Like Ginny at the end there yesterday, we were just having fun with Peter at the table, hanging out with other fans of Lord of the Rings. Where's the bad? Where's the looking bad? Where you're safe. We got you. And there's plenty of kids to play with, right? There's plenty of people just like you to play with. And there are. We finally get to play. So, and then you can play with your ancestors. You can play with the ones on the other side, the ones you've lost. You know? The scales need to drop from the third eye. Yeah, yeah. This is the re-embodiment that becomes a new normalcy for our bodies and minds and souls. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Re-embodiment. Yes, yes, yes. Fear of missing the opportunity to awaken while on earth. Oh, Gabriella, you're awake. You're awake. Don't believe it. You're awake. Do you mean you personally or do you mean everybody? Because you're awake. We're all awake. We're awake. You're awake. I'm not special. Nobody's special. We're all just awake. And we're awakening as a collective. It's happening. It's right now. It's like just waking up. People are waking up like crazy about everything, right? People who trusted the government, who I thought would never, ever, they would just be dire Democrats or whatever. It's like, oh my God, the whole political system is a scam. Yep. Woken up. So it's like, it's happening in lightning. It's happening so fast. Like, Lorenzo and I are both like, it's like, yes, there'll be transition. Yes, we don't want to collapse. Yes, we're gonna all the things. And, I'm just gonna still hold the possibility that this is like way more beautiful and, let's say, efficient and rapid and, like, unbelievably organically coordinated and, like, divinely orchestrated, where everybody just it's just like, "Oh my god, you're the perfect person for this job and this job and this job," and everybody just comes up like that. It's just like like a flash, like a flashpoint, and it feels like that to me. Um, but it feels like in this moment, it's like we're very pregnant, like we sort of we kind of put the flag down, but it's like the whole thing hasn't been birthed yet, but it's coming. It's like right here. It's like it's here. It's right here, But it's a little yeah. So anyway, so yes, but it's exactly it. The re-embodiment and the the signal. It's like we all sync. It's the syncing moment. Is sort of that synchronization. Um, And so, but Gabrielle, missing, you're right on time, as Lorenzo says, right? You're right on time. We're all right on time. And you're here. We are already here. You're linked up. Don't anybody believe it's not me, right? Like, I'm missing out. No, no, no. Here we are. Here we are. Where are you missing? Here we are. There's nothing blocking anyone. There's nothing special. There's nothing you need to do. There's nothing you missed. There's nothing you're behind about. There's nothing you don't know. There's nothing wrong with you. All of that is it was never true. It was never, ever, ever, ever true. So we're just showing up and we're awake. Tell me if that resonates, Gabriella. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's important. There's a paradox in the intention to expel all fear of change. Yeah, 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 yeah. I it's good to get the words right. Thank you, Erstar, and say more about what you mean, but I'm just gonna riff on that. Um, and everything it's paradox, 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 paradox. Um, and how would I say? I don't love the word intention. I never use the word intention because it's too mental, and it's like it has like an agenda, and it's sort of like here's the separate self that has an intention, and I just don't experience things like that. Um, and it's also I don't it's not an expulsion of fear. It's more like a loving through of fear or a seeing through of fear. I don't wanna get rid of anything. I want to love it home, you know? It's more of a welcoming in and a because it's pain going, "There's the problem over there." And it's like, "Look, honey, look, see, there's not a monster. Look through the monster, look under the bed, see that there's not a monster, and then come home and dissolve that pain and sense the connectedness, sense that you're safe, sense that there's nothing to fear, sense safety and love and homecoming. Um, because it does turns into a paradox if you try to do anything, you know. Um, you and I have talked about language, but it's like the language always implies that there's a noun and a verb, right? A separate self doing something, but that's not true. There's a flow. And so I do want to be clear. It's like there's not a me here intending to get rid of fear. There is a seeing with the third eye, with the one eye, that fear isn't real, and a because because fulfillment is the desire for everyone to see that with me and feel the relaxation, the knowing, the with a G, the peace, the flow, the um, generativity that starts to come in, that comes in that realization with real eyes. We realize that we're safe, we're whole, the fear wasn't real. So I hope that and but fear of change, yeah, 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 all a projection, right? That I'm going to get hurt in that change, or that um, which is so funny because, you know, there's changes. It's the next moment has already changed, change, 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 change. Um, so, another it's like if we look at fear of change, it's like it's a funny anyway, all the fears we're just look right at them. Just keep looking at them. Is there anything to fear there? Um, and without the intention to get rid of them, but with the intention to just be curious, which again isn't even really an intention. It's just awareness itself, pure what's looking, is curious. It is loving. It is healing. It is oneness. um, and so it heals. It just heals if we put awareness through the fear instead of believing it and then playing it out, playing it out, playing it out, like our tyrants have done. Fear of making the wrong decisions that don't align with the future I want, even though I know how stupid this is. Oh, that's good. This is really good. This is like the conversation I had with my friend the other day who was like, you shouldn't have helped me, pursue this thing because it wasn't true. It wasn't what I wanted to do. And I was like, Okay, I, I want what you want. You tried it out. It wasn't what you ended up wanting. That's how we learn. That's how we learn. That's the stumbling while we're learning to walk. So with our world where you get graded on everything, right? And there's right and there's wrong, and you pass the test or not, right? Then there's an idea that there's a mistake, that you got it wrong. And it's like, it wasn't wrong. It's just literally like if you're making pasta, right? And it's like, I didn't add enough salt when and then I add more salt. Or or I made a pasta dish and it was really bad because I put, these wrong, I don't know, whatever. I put two things together that didn't really go together, and I ate it and it wasn't very good. Great. Next time you won't put the corn in or whatever. It's just the process of exploration. It's a process of learning. Um, when you buy some clothes, you often, you're trying them on first, right? You try things on. Um, so again, it's just a seeing through that, like even the idea. What is the idea that I'll wrong, right? The idea of right and wrong. Let's just This is my first blog post I ever wrote, right? You can go on my website and read it. It's called Knowledge of Good and Evil. And I just asked us to take out the words right, wrong, good, and bad. Just imagine you've never heard those words before. Phew, you know? Because what the fuck are we talking about wrong? It just wasn't true. It was like, well, I tried on the blue pants, but I liked the pink ones. you know? Or whatever it is, right? It's like it just you get to mess up, you get to be wrong, but it's a joke that there's something wrong. It's like I watch the birds outside of my feeder, right? And they're like pecking around. I have a bunch of quail now that are coming around, and the little quail babies, they're so cute. So the quail babies, right, especially, are like pecking in the dirt, right? And they don't get a seed every time. Right? They're trying. And then they get a seed. But it's like sometimes several times before they get a seed. And they weren't wrong for the first 3 times they didn't get a seed. Right? They just discovered. So imagine school where kids just are exploring, right? And they explore making machines, and then they explore painting, and then they explore, right, like where we just get to try everything out and we don't have to pick one, you know? So because that's the other thing, right? We have this idea of a career, a pursuit, getting it right, being at the top of the field or whatever, like all of it, all of it's so crazy. It's all collaborative and not wrong. So does that help? And it's not stupid. It's just it's the indoctrination. It's like you've only that impression of right and wrong and good and bad. You've only seen that, felt that, been told that thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times, So no wonder, it's like we gotta all give ourselves a break. It's like, well, that was a stupid thought. It's like, well, all of our thoughts are stupid because it was built on fundamental flaws. They're wrong. They're wrong. But it's not your mind. It's not my mind. It's like this is just the mind that has been very, very cluttered and clogged with distortion. It's a distortion field, right? That's the field that's been gripping us. It's a distortion field instead of a clear field, right? Um, and so we're clearing it out. Each one of us who each see through each thought, there's another clear channel. There's another clear channel. And then right, the waterways really get cleaned fast. It's essential to embodiment. Yes, yes. It's not real. It's not real. Judge not. Elon doesn't build shit. No, no, he doesn't. Groovy stuff, matriarchy. Oh, good. Glad that is groovy. I like groovy. We're going for groovy. Like, if nothing else, can we get groovy and fun? Sexy, easy, chill. That's what we want. Hi, Joshua and Colleen, me and others. Oh, you and others. Okay. Can you see, Gabriella, that it's happening? It's here, and it's not like I'm awake. It's like you and I've chatted. Like, it's like I woke from that, like me waking up from my illusion that, like, the old cult leader, that she knew more than I did, right? That was an illusion that was left over from being told that a million times, right? And not owning my own sovereignty and my own authority, and it's not even owning it, it's just being it, living it. So that was a massive awakening for me, right? Um, and so it's not a one-shot deal. And you and I both we've all woken up from so many things. And then there just gets to this point where it's like, well, any trouble in your life is just another opportunity to awaken and heal, right? It's like you're running up against a limiting belief, a fear, and you can you can just see through it and feel through it, and then there's another dream you awoke from, right? And now you're living inside your own dream, and then now we're in the land, and we're really there, right? Where I'm like, what I see and what I want are kind of the same. It's like, and this is where, words like manifestation or instant manifestation, I don't really like those words. They're too tainted. But it's like it's like I was like, it's almost like I could say, like, I manifested Lorenzo. I was like, I need a man who can fucking help the men, and who can, like, set this, um can like can like can land this plane, and then there he was. Um and I want, it's like all these things. And so we just start dreaming. Instead of dreaming the old dream, we're dreaming our embodied dream, which is a collective dream, because my dream is your dream is my dream. So, Gabriella, what as you're awakening from your old dream, and it'll continue to happen. But now it's just like, what do you want? Which is really all we're doing now. It's like, and that's why I'm saying, like, what do you want to share? Just go share that. And then what do you want to do? Where do you want to live? Who do you want to play with? That's the only question in front of us now. What do we want? And that should have been the only question, right? And it's like, what do the kids want first, right? What do the women want? What do the men want? Which is not to say men's needs aren't as essential, but it's like, it's the order of things, right? Again, this is your target practice, men. But you're aiming your love and attention, right? Here's your target. Which is not to say you're not targeting yourself. Obviously, the more you heal yourself, the more you can focus on us. Um, but yeah, so then we're just dreaming together. We're just dreaming this beautiful dream together. Um, and it's real. It's in 3D. It's in 3D. Yeah. So just see that the awakening has already begun. Awakening and remembering, has happened, and it's almost like we're awake in this stream, this being's dream, this this spot. Um, and then the time, right? Time is gone. The time where we're projecting fear into a future, and we're just here, awake in this one moment. Both the donkey and elephant are crazy. Say that. True that. Labor pains. Yes, that is the feeling. Be here now. I'm afraid of the collapse and what will happen to the feeble and indigent, the collective. I have always had what I needed. Yes, yes. It's not going to be a collapse. It's not going to be a collapse. Here we are. We're not going to collapse. We've got too many hands on deck now. Too many. We've been fed this story of collapse to be afraid, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We're because here's this collective, right? And mutual aid's already happening, and everybody's waking up, and no one is. I mean, already the indigent, the people without money, the Palestinians, the kids in Chicago, like there's so much pain in this moment, but we've reached the max point. We've just no one. Like I sent another message to Zach Bush, who is still has plans on running for president, and I was just like, no, it was like, that line from The Color Purple came to me where it's like, "Until you do right by the people of Palestine, of all the people you've hurt, of your family, and of me," I even put myself in there, "not everything you think about will crumble." Because you can they cannot build anymore. They cannot build, and I wrote at some point too, not just him, but, like, "We cannot trust you until you stand with Palestine. We are not gonna follow you anywhere if you don't stand with Palestine." Like, that's that's where that's that's the focus point right now. Um, and and nobody is, right? People are just they're just it's just not gonna happen. They have nothing to build. They're all just scurrying and looking to hide. So, and I know it doesn't look like that. It's just we're still in the hellscape, but the singularity is here. The remembering is here. We are here. We are together. And we are not gonna let this thing collapse. We are doing mutual aid, it's happening. Um, we are healing together. And we have, like Fred Williams, he's mapped how to transition, right? And Lorenzo was talking about it, and he's manifesting all kinds of folks to come in. Um, all hands are gonna be on deck, but we're just beaming the signal so that the benefactors will come in, and the signal will be undeniable, which it already is, but we're waiting for them to start to cohere. Um, but it's happening. It's happening. There will be there's a shift. The shift is already happening. So there won't be a collapse. There just won't be a collapse. It's going to be it's going to probably be messy. Um it's going to be loud and, like, noisy and, like, everybody coming on board, um, but it's also gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It'll be like this collective sigh of relief, um, and it really feels feels very pregnant. So, don't don't worry, right? Notice that the fear of collapse is a projection in the mind, and remember that's been coded in, right? The amount of fucking dystopian films, right? So that we don't cohere and that we don't come together and we don't become the singularity, we don't become one. Um, that's been pumped into us our whole lives, um, because that keeps fear going, right? So no collapse. And I know people, I haven't mentioned this before, but it's like we're all brainwashed, and it's been so it's we're so um, we've been so hurt, right? We're such a species in pain. But we're also incredible. And I've met so many people, and my friend Ramita, who's worked with the, violent sex offenders, that's been primarily who she's worked with for 25 years. Um, they underneath it all, right? They're just scared little boys. They don't want to hurt anyone. They're all just they themselves were hurt, and on and on and on. So this whole story of, like, there's the survival of the fittest, and I mean, men have been dangerous, but they've been dangerous because they themselves have been hurt. And so underneath all of our pain, we're we're little kids who just wanna play D&D, play in the sandbox, hang out with each other, have some ice cream, have a dance party. Like, that's just true. Um, everyone, like, literally everyone. So so when push comes to shove, and we have the option of not fighting anymore, of not playing this stupid zero-sum game, like, somebody is holding the signal, there's a place to go to not play that game where it's just everybody's just hanging out. Everybody's gonna choose it because it doesn't like, zero sum can't compete with it, right? It's as Ted Nelson and the tech guys say, the one who's gonna win the network is the one who throws the best party because that's all everybody wants to do is just party. So we're doing that, and it is already undeniable, and as Lorenzo and I said, and as you all know, those, either literally you've met the people who are holding up empire, who are holding it by the strings and not letting go, are the most miserable people on the planet. Like like, so miserable. More miserable even than the starving child in Gaza, like, because they're so in that well that we did yesterday, you know? They're down in the bottom of the well, and they are so far away from their heart, from people. They're so, so, so alienated. They aren't, they're just right here. It's like, "Come here, honey, you're right here." But, they can't it's like they can bear like, they're not gonna be able to keep holding it, and especially the ones, like the Zach Bushes of the world who have a heart, who don't want they really, really want they're afraid of collapse, which is why they're not letting go, right? But they so want somewhere else to go with their resources, with their attention. And so we're we're saying, "Here, come here, come here, come here. This is the party. This is the place. We got you. We got you. We're gonna surround you. The mama circle is gonna surround you. And as soon as you atone, you have to see what you've done and you have to reverse it, right? You have to give back what you've stolen, and you have to um, come back. Come back." So rest assured, Gabriella, the paradox sounds the way you talk about it like a seeing of the need for an energetic transfer. Yeah. Yeah, it's an energetic transfer. That's it. Yeah. It's already shifted. It's like how I've seen it is as waters, right? And like a dam, and it's like we're all sitting here and this is such rich soil, and we are so it's like the richest soil with the most amazing seeds. Like we're all seeds, right? And we're all like it's like beautiful flowers and beautiful vegetables. Like we are the Garden of Eden. We ourselves are the Garden of Eden. And there's all the sunshine and water ready to just and it's in an energetic dam around us. And it's Peter Thiel holding it and Elon, all the 3,000 billionaires like holding it. Like, no, 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 don't let it go. No, don't let it go. And if it's just one lets it go, it's just gonna be like a dam, like the rivers are just gonna flow in, and it'll be like all this water and all this, sunshine to go into our soil, and it's just bloom, 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 bloom. But it feels like energetically like, are you gonna are the dam waters breaking? Like, like that. And that there already are, like, the shift has already occurred, but, um, we haven't hit the flood yet. That there's literally a flood coming. It's like there was a flood however many thousand years ago, right? 13,000 years ago or whatever it was, the Younger Dryas, um, and this is the next flood, and it's a flood of frequency and energy and returning and a remembering and a reflourishing of the child-centered, woman-centered. Hi, Carrie. One of my favorite quotes, "I never lose. I never lose. I either win or learn." Oh, I never heard that quote. How did I never hear that quote? It's so good. Exactly. That's it. That's it. That's it. There is no failure, only feedback. Oh, NLP. These are fucking great. These are fucking great. See, there you go. Carrie, there you go. Get on, if you were here when I was saying, go just start live streaming. I was telling everybody to do it. Just start. I wanna hear your medicine. I wanna hear everything you have to share. It's perfect. It's beautiful. I love that one more. I know, it's really, really good. It's very punchy. There is no failure, only feedback. So good. So good. So there you go, Tyra, right? Like, it's just so good. I was setting up my altar today, and I was like, nervous isn't the right word, but I was a little like I've set up many it's not real I've never set up like an official altar. It was my first like I mean, I've in a way I have all kinds of altars, but it was like it was very reverential and very like sacred, you know. Um, but in my way, I'm just pottering out around outside and taking my instinctual stuff um and I'm setting it up, right? And I'm like feeling through it. It's just like an art piece, right? And when I do a painting or something, I'm moving around the painting and I'm like, this color here, this over here, more blue over here. And that's how it felt. So I'm moving stones around, I'm moving bones around, I'm moving my Kali figure around, I'm moving my little owl and all kinds of things. And um it was feedback. It was just and I but I had a little thought of like, well, I don't want to get this wrong. I mean, it wasn't even a full thought, but it was just like it was more like, "I wanna get this right," as if there was a right. And so but then I would just my hands would just move, and then it just created this it was like circle within a circle of basically watchers and attendees of this birth process. I had that egg on Monday, this golden stone egg that's in the middle of my stone circle of people, and I put that right there. It's like we're birthing together, and then around them are all these figurines and other sacred things, organite and, oh, all kinds of fun things that are around the house, and I was like it was feedback, 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 and then it was like, "Oh, that's it. That's it. That's what it looks like." And then I knew that my altar was done. Um, so that's it. It's like we feel through things, right? And and um and this goes back to like we've been trained to go mind first, think through things, to figure, right? And to basically just mimic and repeat somebody else's work, right? It's like, okay, well, I'll study the altar that they made, but it's really I'm inspired, right? I saw an altar that Candace posted, and I was like, oh, that yes, now I get it, I get it. And then I just followed my flow. And then my mind was used to remember, like, oh yeah, you got that, you got this over here, or whatever. So yeah, love it, love it. There is no failure, only feedback. Can't take credit, NLP. We're clearing the minefield. Yeah. Aging discipline of Mario Savo here. One each aging disciple of Mario Savio here. I don't know who Mario Savio is, but I'm intrigued. To be specific, it's about a romantic relationship. Sorry, I've had for 5 years now. I'm scared of losing what we've built together if I decided to leave the relationship and end up not being happy with the loss of him in our life together. We have a home and pets and love together, lots of toxic cycles. It's a hard choice to make. Um, yes, yes, been there, been there. The first thought I had was, do you want to come on next week and do a chat about it? I don't know if that would feel too vulnerable. But since you're sharing it here, it's like because so many people, so many women are in relationships like this where it's like it's not quite it, but I'm scared of the loss, right? I'm scared of not having someone there. Um, and you know, every every single birth, every single new chapter, you got to let go of the old, right? It's always a death and a birth, always, always. And I lost everything over the last year and a half, like my whole friend group almost, not my whole, but a lot, say 70% of my friend group, especially the cult group. Um, and, uh, and then my family and I left a marriage and my main business partner. So, um, but here comes all of you. Here came all of you. Stepping right in there, like the most amazing friends. The most amazing friends, like friends I've never, you know, um, and I also know, that my right match is coming. um, I know it. I know it. It's something I know because that's how life works. Because I want it. So what you want wants you. You know that whole thing. Um, so but I know it's also not rightly timed right now. But here's the thing about all relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, all of them. Um, Compromise is not required. And if there's compromise, no. So start with yourself, stop compromising, and find what's true, find your rhythm, find what your yes is, and um, honor your no. And yeah, just simply stop compromising. Simply stop doing simply stop trying to make the no into the yes. And that alone everything will just start to sort of card sort. Um, the other thing is often what's happened is you're in the wrong shape of relationship. It's romance and it really should be friend, or business partner, right? I gave that example of my ex-husband where it was like he and I were we should have been like an improv duo and party planners. We threw Our wedding was the most fun party ever. Um, but it was just the marriage that was the problem, and we didn't live well together. We were as a fairy and a hobbit. I mean, it's just not the match. We were never a soul match. We're more like soul brother and sister. Um, and um, so we make a brother sister relationship or a friend relationship into romance, right? When really it's not what it is. So start allowing your no and different yeses. Let compromise go, and then watch how it shifts, and then the natural next move will be there for you. But it's lost equals gain every time, every time, every time, because nature doesn't do a vacuum, right? So there he goes. Who knows? Who knows the good stuff that'll come in? And if there's a lot of toxic cycles, there's some healing to do within you by yourself. um, is likely the case, right? That's what I'm doing. I am not ready for this partner yet. Or we're getting there, but it's like I had to be in my purpose. I had to find my full purpose and stand fully in my seat and own my sovereignty and my full light. I had to come into that fully before I'm ready for that match of the light, right? That soul match. So it's friends first, and it's your purpose first. Um, I wouldn't say that that's a rule, but it's a good guideline, and we can see there's already compromise there. So cut out the compromise, see what happens. The ecology of the energetic field and flood, the ecology of growth and rebirth. Yes. U of Berkeley, 1964, the machine speech. Okay, great. Ooh, would you send that to me on DM me, Bob? Mario Savio, Berkeley Free Speech Movement. Okay, great. I would love, love, love to read that. It's ringing a bell. Thank you guys. Um, of course, Randolph would know. Hi, Niels. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Yep, yep, yep. Exactly, exactly. So fear not, fear not. Look forward to the birth. Um, and it's like again, death. There's not like we talked about before. It's not really death. It's just transmutation. So feel through, Tyra. What would feel good in this relationship? It's like you know with my ex-husband, it's like I love going to parties with him. I mean, we don't talk now, but um, we're still in touch. Like I still have his number. We're still, I ain't mad at him. Um, but he's in Chicago. He's lives a very different life. But when we reconnect, right, I would just love. We would just we would just make each other laugh. It was just really, really fun. He's a mile a minute thinker, and we would dress up, and we would. Oh my God, we just had so much fun, and we taught improv together. So it's like, what would be your dream, what's just the most fun thing that you do with him? And then just do that. But let anything else fall by the wayside. we're so primed as I like romance, right? Is our number one false god. It's like it's we think that's the answer and that'll make us happy, and it's like we got to dump pretty like all the romance stories have just got to kind of go because what a divine match is, what a real soul match is like beyond anything you. It's like it's heaven. It's like I can't believe I get to be with you because there's no one else I want to be with. That's what it sounds like. That's what it looks like. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's like it's you. Um, and which doesn't mean there might not be more than one like that, but that's what we're that's that. I mean, and it's really just a signature of Nueva Gaia, whatever we want to call the the real potential in life, right? Like think of so many animals have like lobsters even, they pair for life kind of thing. This is it seems to be part of the human species that and mammals that we have these pair bonds. Um and if you see, oh god, what was I seeing the other day? It was two birds that were just like they were just literally just like, oh, they were just like they just couldn't, or maybe it was swans or I don't, it wasn't swans, but it was like just these lovebirds. Like they were just couldn't get enough of each other. And so it was some TikTok scroll or something, and it was like, this is how these birds are, um, where there's not a question. It's not like, well, maybe we could, it's just bliss. We're so happy to be together. So just know that's possible. And then it's like, what are we doing with compromise? And then that goes for your calling and your work, right? Let it be fun, let it be free, let it be open and authentic. Um, on meals, we were talking about, doing these live streams, just everybody has their own show, and then do private one-on-one, to make money in the meantime. So anyway, uh, Tara says, thank you, Megan. I think I just need to feel through it, go on a picnic by the river with them and either heal together or separate. Perfect. Love it. Good, love it. And if you can just talk to them about it, great, great, great. Wow, yeah, romance is inadequate. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so crazy. Our romance stories are so, so crazy. It's just, most relationships are, um, they're just jailhouses. They're such compromise. They're such a drain. Um, and so, yeah, it needs to be a full body, full, like, I mean, it's not it just is this. It just the real matches are not there is no compromise, there is no question. We have been like, compromise is like the cornerstone of what we call relationships that work. It's so fucking crazy. It's so fucking crazy, but that's the setup of everything is compromise, right? Because nothing is according to nature, nothing is according to our bodies, nothing is according to us. So we're so profoundly taught compromise. Um, and then if we get somebody who we really like, who's like loves us and we love them, and it's better than most, it's like, oh, okay, good. I'll just camp out here. But it's a camp out. It's a camp out. Don't camp out. Go all the way to total fulfillment. If you're not in fulfillment, if it's not like, oh my God, this is nothing, I don't want to do anything else but this, which is what I do, now. It's like my life is like I just do what I want to do all day. um, including talking to clients, right? It's like that's just it's my joy. Um, unless it's just total fulfillment, right? And again, I realize everybody's in jobs and all we're still in this sort of suspended place, but with your other relationships, with things that you don't have to do for money, um, let it be like there's nothing else. There's nothing else I'd rather be. I was on YouTube watching something and I saw like clips of The Notebook. The classic, like the Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams, that Nicholas Sparks book. I mean, all the romance novels, all the Disney oh my god. I mean, they just all are so so backward. Um, but Anyway, it was, the part where he's like, "This is who we are, and we fight, and we're this, and whatever," and it was like, "That's what passion is, and that, we're gonna fight for this." I was like, "Oh my god, this is like the number 1 romance film or whatever," and it's just it's just nonsense, it's nonsense. We don't have to fight for each other. What are we fighting for? How about it feels like home, like ease, like joy, like bliss, like holy shit, and then I forget who I think it was Lorenzo and I were talking about, like, and then the sex, and then which is, like, just the level of love that's made between, 2 people who are truly truly a match, right? It's an energetic match, it's a frequency match, and it's a purpose match. You also have a very similar or the same mission that'll overlap, um, because that just makes sense, right? In the same way that also, they'll be your kindred, like, fairies and hobbits aren't meant to like, it doesn't go like that. I used to think it might, but I always kinda knew, in the same way that, the safari animals, giraffes don't mate with zebras, don't mate with elephants, right? It's elephants with elephants, giraffes, so if you're a fairy, you're with a fairy, if you're an elf, you're with an elf, if you're a hobbit, you're with a hobbit, gnome, dwarf, and human, so and that just feels like home, it's like, "Oh, oh, thank God." Yes, thank you so much for live streaming. This was really amazing. So amazing to have you here. There you go. There's my I was like, I'm ready to hang up. So there's your goodbye. Thank you, DS. Really great to be with you. Really great to be with all of you. Um, be back next Monday as usual, noon Pacific, and I think it's gonna be a rich weekend too of writing and thinking and all kinds of stuff and energy shifting. So I look forward to hearing your announcement of your show going live and when you're on so I can tune in and promoting you and just hearing your medicine and experiencing your medicine. You all are beautiful and I love you all and are incredibly inspiring to me and here we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you next week, if not before. Bye.